The movie starts in the year 2148. The world is going through a very difficult time due to overpopulation and environmental pollution. This is Jake Sully, a former soldier. Due to a severe wound sustained on the battlefield, he is paralyzed from the waist down. This monotonous life is starting to get boring for him. Two special agents come to meet Jake, when he is knocked down, from a fight at a nightclub. They have come from a government agency called Resources Development Administration. At present, the Earth's population does not have enough resources, so exploration of new resources has started in other planets. Anyway, these people inform Jake that Jake's twin brother, Tommy, died during an expedition. Anyway, Tom has been involved in an expedition that has started to travel to the planet known as Pandora. Not only that, he has also been assigned a big role in that research team. This is called the Avatar program of RDA. Since they spent a lot of money to make a special avatar for Tom, they thought it would be a big waste to do this mission without Tom, so they tried to use Jake, Tom's twin brother. However, after signing this contract, Jake will be seen again after 6 years of cryosleep. After reaching Pandora, everyone else who was involved in this quest will get oxygen packs because there is no oxygen in Pandora. After reaching Pandora, a special lecture is given to this group under the leadership of Colonel Miles. The Colonel explains here that there is a great threat to their explorations from the tribe called Na'vi. Dr. Norm takes Jake on a tour of this planet. He is a biologist. There, a specially created avatar for Tom is displayed. After seeing this body, Jake also gets to know that this is a special design of engineering technology. This is completely designed as a replica of a Na'vi hybrid. A human brain can be connected to this avatar body through a special technology. Then the person who operates this Na'vi hybrid is called a driver. And they have given this Na'vi hybrid a look similar to the look of this driver. After that, Jake meets Dr. Grace. Dr. Grace is the main scientist of this. It is apparent that he is not so happy on getting Tom involved, since he was a member of the army. Parker, who is the head of this program, wants to get a precious stone called octanium in Pandora. Anyway, the test drive of this avatar program will be started the next day. Upon entering the avatar's body, Jake feels a strange sensation. Jake is very happy to be able to walk around in another body. Anyway, while passing out of the body, Jake meets Trudy Chekin, who works at the facility. They both go to meet Colonel Miles Quaritch, the lab's chief security officer. Colonel tells Jake to infiltrate this Na'vi tribe and gather intelligence. If this job is done properly, Jake is promised a prosthetic leg after returning to Earth. Jake is very happy after hearing this. After that, Jake goes in a helicopter with the colonel and a few others. While watching Pandora, we can see a school that Dr. Grace had started earlier. This school has been started to teach Na'vis about the English language and human beings. Jake gets suspicious after seeing bullet marks on the walls of the school. They face a dangerous experience while walking further and collecting samples. A creature with a head like a hammer comes towards Jake. Jake is advised to stay sober. The creature backs off, as another huge creature is behind Jake. Running to escape from the huge creature, Jake has to jump off a waterfall, and thus misses the crowd. Jake has to spend the first night on the unknown planet alone. That night, when another animal is about to attack Jake, he is saved by a Navi tribe woman named Nateri. Nateri has been trailing Jake ever since they arrived. Just as she was about to finish off Jake with one arrow, a pure spirit from their sacred tree landed on Jake. They believe that there is a deity in this sacred tree. Nateri had realized that Jake had come to spy on Navis. Those who come to spy on the Navis are called dreamwalkers. Jake runs after Nateri, but Nateri tells him not to. But while going like that, a lot of sacred flowers fall on Jake's head. Therefore, Nateri feels that Jake has something special. So Jake is brought to the leader of the clan of Omadakaya, who is also the father of Nateri. Her mother is the spiritual leader of the clan. Claiming to be a martial artist, Jake asks them to teach him the tribal martial arts. Anyway, Jake is allowed to stay in the big tree that was their house that night. After waking up in the lab, Jake tells the colonel about his experience. A large quantity of autonium, which they came to find, is buried under this big tree. Therefore, Jake gets orders to evacuate the tribe from this big tree within 3 months. If Jake was unable to achieve this, they would destroy the tribe as Plan B. Colonel, do not forget to get a daily update from Jake about what is happening in this tribe. But with time, these checks start to stop little by little. Meanwhile, a romantic relationship is developing between Jake and Nateri. Due to this close relationship, Dr. Grace also gets to interact with the Navis through his avatar body. Explaining about the school Dr. Grace had founded, she said that Nateri's younger sister had expressed her objections because of the damage caused to their Pandora planet by the activities of the RDA. Nateri's younger sister was killed in a shooting attack by the team following one of their bulldozers was set on fire, and this school had to be closed. Thanks to Jake's abilities and new connections, Dr. Grace is able to regain her lost respect. Meanwhile, Jake participates in a competition to select the tribe's best warriors. They have to establish a neuron connection with a large bird species in the high mountain ranges, called Hallelujah, and somehow bring this animal under their control. It is a very difficult task. Nateri is very happy when Jake is able to bring this creature under his control. This was a matter of jealousy for Soot, who was looking to marry Nateri and become the leader of the tribe. The warriors who have brought that bird species under control go hunting. They are attacked by a fierce creature called Taruk. Nateri had told Jake that only a very skilled warrior can control this Taruk creature. Nateri had said that one of her grandfathers of grandfathers only had been able to do such a heroic task before. Nateri had told Jake that when there was a war between the tribes, a warrior like this could bring unity between the tribes. However, Jake gets a call from Colonel, because his 3-month deadline is almost up. In the conversation with the Colonel, Jake asked for more time. But the Colonel refused, and said that he had prepared the work of fixing Jake's prosthetic legs and therefore prepare him to go to Earth. But Jake is now changing his expectations. He now prefers to stay with the Na'vi tribes, on this planet rather than going back to Earth. Jake requests the Colonel to give him at least tonight, because a special ceremony has been organized tonight, to accept him as a member of this clan. The Colonel allows this. As Jake performs this ritual, Nateri takes Jake to their special sacred place. That night is when the feelings of each other, that have been hidden for so long, are expressed. While these two were spending night like this, Nateri suddenly wakes up, after a big bulldozer came, and started destroying their forest. Nateri tries to wake Jake up, but it takes a long time to wake him up. As soon as Jake wakes up, he goes to great lengths to destroy the huge bulldozer. A soldier saw this and shot at Jake. Jake takes Nateri and starts running towards the big tree, where their tribe is hiding. Now, the RDA is preparing for a conflict with the Omaticaya tribe. Suit meanwhile accuses Jake of living here and spying on all of this. Suit gets even angrier, because he heard that Jake and Nateri slept together the other day. Jake defeats Suit in the resulting fight. Jake explains that, in order to protect the tribe and prevent mass casualties, they must leave this area. The Colonel recognizes Jake as the one who destroyed the bulldozer. Later, as soon as Jake is arrested in this way, the Colonel hits Jake in the face. After that, Dr. Grace and the team are forced to go to headquarters. After going there, they get to know that the Omaticaya tribe defeated them, so the next plan is to kill the whole tribe. Accordingly, Dr. Grace and the team went to meet Patrick, the leader of this research team, and requested to grant 1 more hour, without doing this kind of inhumane work. Back in the Avatar, Jake tells Nateri why the Sky People sent him. Then Nateri's confidence is broken, and she starts crying. Meanwhile, the Omaticaya clan, who are preparing for war, tie Jake and Grace's Avatar bodies together. Moments later, the Omaticaya tribesman has to run away empty-handed due to the missile attacks by the RDA army that arrived there. Along with the loss of a large number of lives, Nateri's mother, who was in the middle, also decides to free Jake and Grace, requesting them to save their tribe. Meanwhile, large tree falls down in the face of missile attacks. Nateri's mother gives Nateri her special bow and tells her to somehow save her tribe. Meanwhile, Jake and Grace have to phase out their Avatar bodies. Three people including Jake and Grace are caged by Colonel Crudy, and another scientist come to save them. After being freed from the prison, they are taken on a ship. Colonel saw this through CCTV and ordered to attack this ship. Grace gets hit by one shot. Under the leadership of Nateri, the Omaticaya tribe have now been taken to safe places. Meanwhile, as soon as he entered the avatar again, Jake tamed another big animal and won the hearts of the tribes again. He then asks the tribesmen to provide Grace with their medicine and save her. Although they try, they cannot save Grace in the end. Because of these unfair things, Jake joins the tribes to fight against the human race. Since this tribe cannot fight that battle alone, they are asking for help from other tribes. Knowing that a counterattack like this is being prepared, the colonel orders to drop an atomic bomb to kill them. People who support Jake inform him about this. The next day is a dark day for the planet Pandora. A big battle is going to be started against the colonel's army by Soot, Neteri, and Jake. Jake's uncle Norm, who has joined the infantry, also joins the battle. No matter how powerful the army made by the clans was, the colonel's army had more advantages, because the power of missiles and bullets was into their hands. Crudy's craft, which helped Jake's army, is also attacked by the colonel. Those big animals that live in Pandora attack the soldiers at once. With the support of the animals, the tribes get more advantages. With the soldiers of the colonel's army dying, the colonel orders to quickly drop atomic bombs on the holly tree of Pandora residents. To prevent this, Jake fearlessly comes forward and destroys a wing of this plane and throws it to the ground. At the same time, the plane the colonel was in also crashes. But the colonel escapes and saves his life. At the same time, Colonel destroys Jake's capsule. Neteri, who came here earlier, attacks the colonel. The colonel is back in action, and tries to finish off Neteri with an attack on the belly of the large creature. Just as Colonel is about to do the same to Neteri, Jake arrives and fights with the colonel. Colonel crushes a glass of the capsule to expose it to the air. As a result, poison gas enters Jake's real body, and at the same time Jake's avatar begins to weaken. Just as he is about to cut Jake's neck, Neteri attacks and finishes off the colonel. Jake is further weakened by the gas poisoning. Neteri realizes this is because of something that happened to Jake's real body. So, Neteri immediately goes to the capsule, and starts to give Jake artificial respiration. With that permission, Jake enters the avatar again. Jake comes to Soot, who was dying at that time. Then Soot welcomes Jake as the leader. Soot tells Jake to finish him off due to heavy injuries. The tribes win the battle, and exile the people who lived in this research lab from Pandora. Only a few friends, who help Jake, remain. Jake finally declares that he will not go back and lives with the tribe. Jake begins to feel that he becomes an ordinary person in the tribe through a special pacification ceremony performed by the tribe.